Okay, let's try this again. Greetings and salutations, y'all. I have the phone unplugged because it overheats and the video freezes. We are at 68% battery, so this might be a quickie tonight. So before we get started, make sure you all visit the shop, primitiverootsconjure.com. We're having a midsummer sale. You get a free coffin nail cross with every $25 purchase. You get 10% off every $50 order. Follow me on Facebook at Primitive Roots Appalachian Conjure, and follow me on Instagram at primitive underscore roots underscore conjure. How are y'all doing? Hey, Jillian. Hey, Tukawaka. See, you got a wrench. You were the first one here. You beat Marlene. Awesome. How are we all doing tonight? Mama's working. It's hot. It's hot in here, man. Fucking dogs are panting. I got my air blasting. I'm sweating like crazy. Working my ass off on this new moon, y'all. How you doing? Gypsy Moon. Hey, girl. Hey, Nightbird Tarot. Well, thank you. Glad you joined us for live. Hey, Patricia. Whew. Here with two other mountain witches. Hey, Mountain Mama. Well, welcome. We love mountain witches here because that's what I am. Breezing your ass all to 80. What? Girl, I wish it was fucking 80, man. I have my windows open. It is hot, man. I have been working. I got orders going. I got Gregory going. I got light settings going. I am working my ass off. New moon. My dogs are panting. It's hot as fucking here. On this episode of My Dog's Crushing My Dreams, my dog ate my entire bag of crab shell powder. Oh, that's terrible. That's a lot of work, too, making that damn powder. But I bet you it's yummy to dogs. Damn, I never even had thought of that. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Asta McGuire. Glad you finally made it. Working is always good. Yeah, but, Lord, my hot spirits, y'all. So I'm waiting for everybody to start complaining that they're hot, because it's fucking hot over here. So who got the questions? We're not got the phone plugged in, so we're at 68%. I don't want to keep it plugged in because it makes the live stream freeze because the phone gets too hot. So if this gets interesting and it gets too low, I'll try and plug it in for a little bit to keep it going for a minute. But we got what we got, 66% battery. So where's the questions? I've been doing a lot of interesting things. I made an actual video 2 days ago. I debated on actually publishing it, making it live, but I showed it to some of my friends and elders, and they were like, fuck yeah, publish that shit, because I knew it was going to cause a kerfuffle. It'll be the video on the channel below this video entitled The Importance of Initiations into the ATRs. I'm waiting for the haters to show up on that one. I've been trying to do a lot of educational posts, you know, in the groups and everything today. I did a lot of talking about water today. A lot of people don't, you know, realize the importance of water and working. Oh, you liked it, Marlene? Austin? Now, Marlene got a wrench, too. Now, wait. Tukawaka was here first. She had a wrench, and now Marlene has a wrench. Did they change it? It looks like YouTube did some fix around him because my chat looks different as well. Maybe they made it so you can have more than one moderator per video. Okay, Patricia wants to know if you can make a sweetening jar for general life sweetening, like if I wanted to simply make everything in life a bit sweeter. I actually wouldn't do that with a jar. If you want to, you know, make life sweeter, do sweet baths, do cleansing of your home with sweet floor washes and stuff like that. Don't stop with the sweet jars, y'all. You don't want to put your sweet in a jar and lock it away, right? You don't want to trap it in there. You want it to flow freely. So yeah, do sweetening baths with sweet herbs, fruit, sweet colognes, you know, all that stuff, and do floor washes, sweet floor washes. I actually offer those in my shop if you need any. Love that ATR video. Well, good, because I haven't had any haters yet, but I'm sure they're coming. A lot of people are going to disagree. People in public make me cranky, especially in stores. Is there anything I can do not to get overwhelmed in public? I mean, I don't get cranky in public, but, you know, the empathy I picked up with my last ceremony that I went through is a bitch. Um, you can try to create something for yourself to ground yourself and something for like balance. I actually made a balancing oil, which is a personal oil for myself. I do not sell it, sorry guys. But it's to keep, I always put it on, you know, if I'm going to some place with a lot of people like Walmart. Or, you know, convention, or we're thinking about going to the state fair next week. Like, do some kind of oil or work, or maybe an amulet you could carry or something that will balance and ground the energy that's affecting you from, you know, all the other people. Would it be a good idea to stick all your coworkers in a sugar bowl? Thinking about it. There wouldn't be any harm in that. Some people, some targets are harder to work than other targets, y'all, for real. Some people have a very strong willpower and they have strong spirits around them. So, I don't know if I would put all my coworkers in a bowl, but the ones that are causing issues or, you know, particularly not nice to you, there wouldn't be any harm with that. Denise loves my Florida water. I have 4 wrenches on other places. I guess they figured out that I am a fair gal. Oh, you mean other channels made you a moderator? That's awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. You're welcome. Got something funny. I put my husband in a sugar bowl and he found his picture. No what? What? Mm-hmm. No hater with Denise. Oh, I know, honey. Hey, Gypsy Moon. People can disagree with the video. They're the ones that end up paying for it in the end, one way or another. I'm not initiated, but I honor the Orisha. Okay. I mean, yeah, there's a big difference between... I don't even suggest uninitiated people honor Orisha, because honestly, if you're not initiated, you don't know if the spirit that might show up for that honor, those offerings and, you know, whatever you're doing to honor that spirit, you don't know who that is. And if you're not initiated, I can probably guarantee it's not an Orisha. Now, like I mentioned in the video, some people do have spirits in their court that take on archetypes of certain spirits like Orisha and Loa, and so I have one in my court. I have a priest of Legba in my spiritual court, and when he appeared to me as Papa Legba, because he was a priest of Legba. But he's not actually Legba. He was just a priest of Legba. But that was the best way that he found to communicate, you know, certain things and energies to me. And for a long time, I thought I was working with fucking Papa Legba. I really did. And you couldn't convince me otherwise. I believed it. I knew it. I had fucking faith. And you could not fucking convince me otherwise until you go through initiation and you actually see what those real energies are actually like, and you fucking know, whoa, I was, you know, pretty fucking not knowing what I was doing back then, you know what I mean? But I just lucked out that it just happened to be a spirit in my court that is very benevolent. But other spirits can also take on those personas like negative energies, and all you're going to do is feed them motherfuckers. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not initiated, if you're not, you know, you're just going to feed those negative spirits. So I really caution people, you know, against doing stuff like that. Someone was talking about saving urine and adding sugar and bathing in it. Is that yeah, that's fuckery. Fuckeria, honey, fuckeria. I can't think of a single reason why you would add urine to sugar, number one. And number two, to bathe it. The only way you want to, I don't know. But see, that still wouldn't make sense. I mean, your personal urine, just like any other bodily fluid or tag lock on your body, is a marker for yourself, and it's urine especially is used to dominate and to mark your territory. So, unless they were trying to dominate somebody and sweeten them at the same time, I can't really say, and especially if they were like bathing in it themselves, that's just fucking insane. That's fuckeria. I am getting answered prayers, praying to Jesus and asking him for showers, and we have 45 minutes of steady rain. Thank you, Jesus, and thank you, ancestors. We needed rain for drought. Awesome. Yeah, we're in a drought too. I actually haven't fucked with the rain because every time I fuck with the rain, it floods. So I'm just not fucking with it anymore. Um, if it rains, it rains. Plus, now this is we're actually in Missouri, center of the like country, and the smoke from the fires out west in California and Oregon and everything are actually just now starting to make their way to us, and our skies are totally hazed over and cloudy, and what it's doing is it's trapping the heat, like it's like got a shelf cloud of like smog or whatever you want to call it, and it's trapping the heat. And we've been having weird severe just pop up storms that even the weatherman ain't even fucking predict them right. Yesterday we had a weird one. Actually, the last 2 days we had really two weird weather events, and I happened to be driving during both of them, which is why I noticed they were so weird. There's like a wall. There's like a wall of fucking rain. Like you're driving in this bright sunny shine, driving along, and all of a sudden, push, you just you cross like this barrier, and all of a sudden it just starts pouring, and the sky's black, and you drive through it for like 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's bright and sunny again. This like I don't know what to call it other than smog or smoke or whatever. Our city is starting to look like Los Angeles right now with all the smog and shit from these fires coming in at us. But yeah, it's really fucking our weather up. It is awesome how the wildlife do not attack me. I have skunks regularly here. They have raised tails but have no... Ooh, very careful. God, girl, don't fuck with the skunks. They're mean too, especially the males. They're very, very territorial. I used to have a pet skunk, and yes, he was descented. But when he grew up, when he turned about 2 or 3 years old, he became very fucking mean and territorial. And he hated my husband, and he would hide under the bed and like jump out and attack his feet every time my husband walked by. My husband still got a buggered up toenail from that skunk. So I wound up giving him to a lady that owned a pet store as a personal pet. She wasn't going to sell him or anything. But they become really mean. The males, they become really territorial and really mean when they get older. Don't fuck with the skunks. I have a Babalau. You are absolutely... Okay, so you have guidance. So you're doing it with guidance. That's awesome. I look great tonight, so energized and happy. Oh, well, thank you. Working my ass off, man. Lots of lots of fucking hot energy flying around here tonight. If someone tells you you're daughter of Yemiya, do you have to be initiated to honor Yemiya? Well, I mean, who told you that? People can't just tell you who your head Orisha is. There's like lots of readings and ceremony to go through to even find that out. Like, you can't do it with tarot cards. You can't just get one reading or, whatever. It depends who told you, that you're a daughter of Yemiya. Urine, blood, etc. is very personal. Be careful with that. Absolutely, Denise. I used to watch a YouTube witch that said, Maman Brigitte, sorry if misspelled, and got her Veve tattooed, and this lady was 1,000% not initiated. She ended up randomly quitting it. Yeah, I'm guessing she ended up in not a good place, because I don't know a whole fuck ton about Mama Bridget, but I know you don't fuck with her. She's a gay. Those aren't fucking energies that you just fuck with, and I don't like people getting Veves and spiritual symbols tattooed on them, especially if they're one. Now, sigils are alright, you know, if it's something, you know, you got a sigil for like prosperity or good luck or what the fuck ever. That shit's okay, but Veves and Fimas and Patipimbas and like all these things are a language. They are a signature of spirits, and spirits read that language and understand it. So I don't like when people, you know, get tattoos of them, because you're basically making yourself a bitch of that spirit. I don't care if it is spit or snot, it is still personal effects. Absolutely. You usually receive Mano de Arula to know who has your Ori. If you have a reading and someone tells you that you are a daughter of an Orisha, I wouldn't trust that. Absolutely. And I don't, you know, I don't know a whole lot about that, but I know it's not just one reading either. It's like a whole series of readings, and you know, you got to get down on the mat, you got to put your head on the mat, and there's like ceremony, and there's all kinds of things to go through to find out who owns your head. I repented of my sins. I thought where I was a mean ass little shit, he heard me. We either got moisture through humidity or rain. Awesome. Well, I'm glad Jesus is working for you. Sweet baby Jesus. Is it a bad idea to donate hair to make wigs for sick people? Yeah. And I mean, I know it's like, you know, charitable, and you want to help people, and find another way to do it. Like, for real, they can wear fake hair wigs, or they can get somebody else's fucking hair. I wouldn't be donating my hair to any sick person. Why would you want your hair attached to someone with some nasty illness? Mm-mm. Is it like Baton Rouge here in Illinois? Oh, it is like Baton Rouge here in Illinois. Skunks love me. I got some critter out here. I have a little like bistro set on my porch, like a chair, little metal chairs and tables and stuff. And I recently recovered the chairs. I usually do it, you know, every 2 years or something, because they get sun faded or whatever. I recovered them last summer. This summer, some fucking critter has ripped all the fabric off of my chairs and is starting to pull the fucking stuffing out. And I can't figure out what's doing it. I haven't caught it yet. I don't know if it's a squirrel. I don't know if it's a raccoon. I don't know if it's a possum. I don't know what the fuck is tearing up my chairs, but I'm pissed. Now I gotta recover them, but I'm worried about recovering them, because what if it just comes back and tears up the new ones? Like, I want to catch this fucker. Here in Miami, it's hot as hell, no oxygen. Yeah, I heard it's really humid down there. I got a couple of friends that live down there. A good replacement is yarn that looks like dreadlocks. I know a few peeps who do that, and full wigs made of yarn. I mean, yeah, but most cancer patients want dreadlock or yarn wigs. I mean, there's tons of synthetic fucking hair out there that's good hair. It looks like real hair, you know. You can even curl it and, you know, do all that shit with it. So I'm not, you know, no. What if someone honors or has Yemiya as a goddess and has not been initiated? Put an altar up for her. Again, I don't suggest anybody does anything with any initiatory system spirits. Whether it be Loa, Orisha, Mpungo, wherever. If you're not initiated, don't fuck with it. Dude. Telling y'all, I'm warning you. You learn so quick, and you do not have a teacher. And well, I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer questions and teach y'all and help you. Skunk attack. He was cool too. I love him. When I got him, he was tiny, man. He was like 2 weeks old. He was a little bitty baby guy when I got him. But yeah, he grew up to be a psycho ass. There have been snakes in my dreams every night for a few weeks. Not mean snakes, they're just there. Also, while typing, this is a frog. Okay, so snakes, I mean, there's so much symbolism behind snakes. I could talk for like 2 weeks on that. But generally, snakes are messengers. Okay, they're not bad things, they're really good things. Unless, of course, it's like a poisonous snake in your dream and it's biting you and you're dying or something. Other than that, it's a good thing. Snakes are held in many traditions, in many religions, as messengers. Even the snake in the Garden of Eden was a fucking messenger. Snakes are awesome. I love fucking snakes. And snake symbology, you know, if you start digging into it, it's really fucking incredible. But if you're dreaming about snakes for a couple weeks, I would think somebody is trying to send you a fucking message, because snakes are messengers. Those babies, they're for life. Don't tattoo. Yeah, right. And Spiritista told me it in a Misa. I still wouldn't trust that. I still wouldn't trust it. You need to, I mean, you definitely, like I said, there is a whole series of readings that is done to find out who owns your head. It's not done in a Misa. It's not. There's a whole shebang you got to go through to find that out. So yeah, if you're really interested in that path, find you a Babalao, you know, some kind of priest of the Ocha or Santeria tradition, and you know, get those readings done. I was considering getting a Malacho evil eye tattoo for protection, but I would have to find an artist right for it. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's pretty cool. No one's bitch. How is it that I am so unschooled about hoodoo and it still works, even though I am learning? Because hoodoo's simple. It's fucking simple. I've been saying this for 2 years. On my videos, y'all. Hoodoo is simplicity. And the simplest fucking things always work, and they always work the best. Simplicity. And everybody trying to muck it up and mishmash it up and make it all complicated and all this shit. Simplicity. Even my godfather says that, man. He's always down, you know, keep it fucking simple. Keep everything fucking simple. It's about necessity, simplicity. Keep it simple. Can you cleanse yourself with rainwater? Absolutely. I wouldn't do it with like thunderstorm water, but just like a nice spring rainwater, absolutely you can clean yourself with that. There's also a superstition in my tradition, not my powwow, my Appalachian tradition. You're supposed to collect the very first rain of May. And preferably it would fall on May Day, which is May 1st. But if it doesn't rain on May Day, then you get the very first rain in May. And you collect that water and you wash your hair in that water. And it's supposed to make your hair really strong and grow really fast and just have like thick, luxurious, like awesome hair. Every year I do that personally. A lot of people in my family do it, you know, like it's a tradition that's kind of been passed down through my, you know, Appalachian kind of work. Sorry, I'm a bit awkward. Oh, that's alright, honey, everybody is. Raccoon or possum? I don't know. It could be a squirrel, but I can't see it being a squirrel because squirrel baby season is over, right? They have their babies in the spring and like do all that. So their nests should already be built, the squirrels. So I don't think it's a squirrel. I think it's something else. It's either a raccoon, possum, I don't know, but I haven't caught it yet. I've often stood out in heavy rainstorms to cleanse. Absolutely, I do that quite often. I've done it twice this week. You need some war water? I offer war water in my shop, honey, and it's really good shit. PrimitiveRootsConjure.com. That dreadlock yarn wig looks awesome and real. I'd prefer having real dreadlocks, but you know, whatever. Some people can't do that. Oh, camera gonna fall down. Yes, it is a huge ceremony to find out who owns your head, Orisha. Over a series of days with lots of people involved, and it is meant to be an ordeal. These ceremonies are not what they used to be. Abso-fucking-lutely. I gotta do my real hair into dreads. How do I find a good hairdresser who does it? Honestly, go to the, you know, African part of town, the African American part of town. They're gonna have the best ones to do dreads. I do mine myself, but I actually, you know, like last month, I wanted to get my roots tightened. I didn't feel like fucking doing it, and I couldn't get the ones in the back. So yeah, I found an African American lady, very very nice, very sweet, and she did an excellent fucking job. But you gotta ask them, like, call the shops and be like, hey, can you do white girl dreads? Because our hair is very different, and some of them don't know how to do white girl dreads, you know, and they're kind of confused by it. But the girl I got, she did a fucking banging job because she actually works on a lot of white people dreads. So yeah, you just call some of the African beauty shops around where you live and ask them, can you do white girl dreads? Not initiated, don't do it. It's like putting a third grader to do chemistry and that is a very fucking awesome analogy. I was actually going to say that on my video the other night and it didn't come out. But like, yeah, it's like trying to do rocket science when you're in grade school. Ain't working. Ain't gonna fucking work, and you're probably gonna wind up blowing yourself up and getting hurt. I used to own a corn snake and handles, pythons, and anacondas too. You had an anaconda? Damn, bro. I used to have a reticulated ball python, and I had it. I used to be on this crew that traveled the country. I did it for 4 years when I was very young. Like, I wasn't even 18 yet. It was actually pretty illegal what I was doing. But I worked for a company. Then all they did was travel around the country and sold these cleaners to businesses. So we were like door-to-door salespeople. And so I did that for like 4 years. Traveled, you know, a different state, you know, every 2 weeks or so. And I had a ball python, and I used to put him in my bed when I'd sleep. I'd put him under the covers down at the foot of the bed because he'd get all snuggly and warm in there. And one day I jumped up late for work and I forgot to take him out of the bed and put him back in his cage. Well, we came back from work that day and like everybody was kicked out of the hotel because the maid found him. The maid went to change the bed. And found him in the bed and flipped the fuck out. Like, I think she fainted and wound up going to the hospital or something. Like, she was terrified of snakes. Yeah, I got us all kicked out of the fucking hotel. It was hilarious. What if you put a small altar for Catholic saints like Virgin de Regla and Cara? I can't believe you said Regla. That's awesome. Yeah, that's fine. Saints, you know, not everybody has every saint, but you mentioned very specific saints, and they're not very well-known saints. So yeah, saints usually come to people just like spirits come to people. I don't work with anybody who doesn't come to me. or unless they're kind of assigned to me, like through my house, and I kind of have to work with them. Um, so yeah, if saints are coming to you, absolutely, you can work with them. Just make sure you study a lot about them, know what they like and dislike, and you can absolutely work with those saints. I have been exploring bone throwing, and is is this attached to an initiated system? The advice I got was basically go for it, but I want to. Yeah, you had asked that in the group, honey. You didn't ask. I sent you to the bone throwing group. You didn't ask that question in there. As far as I'm aware, it's not attached to any tradition. It's more like a folk magic kind of deal. The traditions and the systems use, different things. They use cowrie shells. They use coconut shells. There's quite a few different types of divination systems in the traditions, but bone throwing is not one that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure that's more like a folk magic kind of deal. So I don't see a problem with it, but if you're, want to double check, asking that bone throwing group that I, referred you to. I would like to do that on my spine as a Kundalini serpent power. I love snakes. Hoodoo is simple and practical. Absolutely. It's born out of necessity. That would be cool, but I'm not sure I'm ready for Kundalini awakenings. I am really into Vedic astrology and the Vedas, but not ready for the heavy stuff. Yeah, don't rush yourself. People make that mistake a lot. They're in a big hurry and they just fall on their face because they're in such a hurry. Stormwater is beyond a cleanse. It's like a chaotic purge, hardcore scrub with steel wool cleanse. Yeah, it is. That's why I say, if you want to cleanse, I wouldn't do it in like a thunder lightning kind of storm, but like just a nice rain is fucking awesome. Yeah, my husband ran out and cleansed himself during a severe thunderstorm, and he's very strong. He's very, very strong and very connected with spirit, and he went through some fucking shit during that storm. But he's connected to those kind of spirits as well, so it affected him. I think it might have affected him a little more than it would somebody else. But yeah, he went through a lot of shit. I don't suggest, unless you got a really nasty fucking spirit on your ass, like a damn Morto trying to kill you or something, I wouldn't suggest someone go out into like a thunderstorm to cleanse. But just a nice rain, awesome. That's cool. I got some the other day. Going to use it in the morning. Did I miss something? Oh, were you talking about the war water? Voodoo is simple. Yep, Rob Zombie. Man, Rob Zombie is on tour with Marilyn Manson. I would give my fucking right tit to go see him. See that damn show, but I know it's going to cost an arm and a damn leg. The Espiritista I know won't comment on any other tradition spirit. She will suggest I seek someone in that tradition if she is seeing something she can't speak on. Absolutely, stay in your own damn lane. Us in the traditions, we gotta stay in our own damn lane. You can't be talking about everybody else's shit, because if you ain't in it, you don't know. I had a born-again Christian atheist consult me. Welcome, Louisa. Would you say it was mandatory to be initiated to work with the spirit? I don't know what spirit you're talking about. What is the spirit? There's all kinds of spirits we can work with, but to work with Loa, Orisha, and Pungo, these types of energies and forces, absolutely you have to be initiated. And I did a video, it'll be below this video on my channel, last 2 nights ago, about the importance of initiation into these systems. So watch that video. There are good tutorials on YouTube. Oh, we got a troll, guys. Where's my wrenches? This boogie guy. Let's get rid of him. Them squirrels are sneaky. I know, but I love them. I love squirrels so much. I am. I just love that squirrel. I love fucking squirrels, man. But man, sometimes they piss me off. I plant shit in my garden, corn or whatever. They'll dig it up. They dig up my flower pots, you know, burying their little nuts or whatever they find. But I still love them. I went to a pet store that let me handle an anaconda. Your hubby is a vet. Oh, that's cool. You know, as a little kid, I always wanted to be a vet. I had an aunt that was a vet. Anaconda is friendly, but ready to attack at a moment's notice. Yeah, that's why they're pretty wild. I don't think they're very domesticated snakes. Locked in on a great story. Okay, welcome, Lynn. Hello, beautiful journey. Oh, well, thank you. Saint Benedict is my protector. But yeah, I work with Benedict too a lot. Like, I love Benedict. He's fucking awesome. I find the deities and saints know I have very little knowledge, and they gently guide me and hold my hand. Yeah, some of them will do that when they first come to you. Yeah, they'll send you all kinds of shit, but you still gotta do your research on them. They're not gonna tell you everything. I did ask in the bone throwing group. They said, go for it. Well, there's your answer. All the experts I know are in that group. Some of my elders, my tradition elders, are in that group. So I know it's a good group. So yeah, if they said go for it, go for it. Hello, Nothingness Chronicles. Lindo is still learning. Thank you for the Q&A thing. I'm still a little too new to know what to ask. Recommended reading. I've done tons of book reviews on previous lives, and I don't want to go over it again because people watch them and it's like the same shit over and over again. So yeah, for book reviews, go back down my channel and watch some of the other videos, and there's like lots of book reviews. Please, what is your take on folks from New Orleans, Deep South, and the Loa? Many are uninitiated, but things do get passed down through generations. Like I said, I don't advocate anyone working or attempting to work with Loa, Orisha, and Pungo, any of these types of energies without being initiated. The folks in New Orleans, if it's passed down, if it's not passed down through initiation, it ain't right. I guarantee it. And like I said in my video that I did 2 nights ago, you don't see this shit in other countries. You don't see this shit in Haiti. You don't see it in Colombia, Cuba, South America, Puerto Rico, all the places dispersed throughout the diaspora where, you know, all the slaves were taken and these traditions were preserved. You don't see people trying to do this shit without initiation. It only happens in America because Americans feel entitled to everything. They think they have a right to everything, and they don't. They really, really fucking don't. And I don't care. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what background you come from. I don't care what country you come from. If you, the lineages in these traditions are far and few between. There are not a lot of lineages of priests that practice these traditions. And that you have to initiate into the lineage for those spirits to even know who the fuck you are. To even recognize you. And it doesn't happen in other countries. It only happens in America. This fuckeria. Carolina Reaper challenge your hubby did with such respect for He loves that hot shit. He does. He really does. He wanted to try it again, but I'd used it all. Blue Oyster Cult. Yes, I love it. Oh, they're coming to your town? That's fucking rocks. Manson and Zombie. I know, right? I would love to see that show. I'm going to plug my phone in for a minute because we're on 30% and hopefully it's not going to overheat the phone. I gotta remember to unplug it. Somebody remind me to unplug my phone in like 15, 20 minutes. Saw that show. It was amazing. Oh, man. I'm gonna go. Mama's broke. Mama gotta make a trip in October, so she's saving all my money. So much lag, and I can't tell if it's my connection or something. I think it's your connection, honey, because I don't see anybody else complaining. See, I just plugged my phone in and it's gonna start fucking up. Okay, wait a minute. That just fucked me up there. What was that damn question? You asked? Stop. Oh my god, where'd it go? Give me my chat. Okay. Oh. Oh. Where's the damn... Okay, wait. I asked Legba let me to the morgue, and so I listen. I don't think you were talking to Legba, Justin. Number one, are you initiated into voodoo or voodoo? Number two, those are two different, like, completely different tradition spirits. So I can't see one tradition spirit sending you to another tradition spirit unless he was like, don't fuck with me, stay in your own lane and go over here. Fuck with that one, don't fuck with me. Yeah. Born again and atheist consult me. Okay. That's what you meant. How do I go from finding a teacher in Illinois? I just don't know where to begin. Well, I can tell you where to begin. Go to Chicago. There are lots of workers in Chicago. Real deal workers. Absolutely. And I have a high respect for them, too. Even though, you know, we sacrifice them. That animal's always honored and respected. And I'm still at the point where I'm, like, holding back my tears during any sacrifice, you know. I'm getting a little better at it, though. Y'all ever heard creepy noises of what sounds like someone walking around in your house? It only... That's happened to me tons of times, honey. Your guides kick you in the nuts. Yeah. If you ain't listening, they gonna fucking listen. They're gonna smack you up. You gotta listen to them. A Catholic church nun told me that Saint Benedict will protect us damsels in distress. Yeah, I love Saint Benedict. He is awesome. Hello, I am a little behind in the video since my connection is sort of wacky right now. Okay. 10 o'clock. That was 10 minutes ago, so hopefully that's gonna clear up now. Had a squirrel dig a hole in the same pot for months and so on. I know, right? I still love them, though. I love squirrels. My man is a Santoro, and he said he appreciates the video that you made of the initiation. Awesome. Yeah, see, and the real deal are going to appreciate it. Because they know the fucking deal. It's the ones that are hotepping with their eBay beads that are going to get fucking mad about it. Guarantee it. Where in Illinois do I find a proper teacher? I'm at a loss. I think I answered that question. Go to Chicago. I once got my cards read, not tarot cards, these Spanish cards. And the lady told me Michael was looking over me. Not sure if she meant the saint or the angel. They're the same thing? Saint Michael and Archangel Michael are the same. They're both the angel. That always kind of confused me at first, too, so don't feel bad. But yeah, Saint Michael is the Archangel Michael, who is sometimes referred to as Saint Michael. But yeah, totally same thing. And it's awesome to have Michael, you know, watching over you. I work with him a lot. He's wonderful for, you know, protection and all kinds of good stuff. Love Michael. I got him watching your videos, and he loves the fact that you keep it real, and there's nothing you say that he disagrees with. Anyone who's real deal and into traditions are going to agree with me. Guarantee it. I had somebody disagreeing with me on another live who claimed to be initiated. And she was sitting there telling everybody that you didn't have to fucking initiate to work with these spirits. And I'm like, you're fucking initiated. And you're gonna sit there and tell people they don't need to be initiated? Like, are you fucking for real? Yeah, anyone who's real deal is gonna agree with me, and that's also the Vibe Tribe. Just buffering. 10:09, so hopefully we're back on track now. I am not far from Chi-Town. I hope you mean Chicago Town. Saving to receive Mano de Rula, my spiritual education, just as valued to me as a college education I am receiving now. I believe they go hand in hand with living your best life possible. Absolutely, Marlene. And actually, if you look at my video I did on initiation, if you drop down the box underneath it, I'd actually kind of said that same thing because I forgot to say it in the video. It just kills me, when people complain about the price of these traditions. And I mean, yeah, for a lot of people, it is a lot of money. But like I said, if it's meant for you, your spirits are going to make sure you get it. They're going to bring you the fucking money to get it. The other part is like, most of these people now, they're going to go spend $25,000 on a college education, which really ain't shit nowadays. A college education ain't shit nowadays, you guys. That shit, it's basically a worthless fucking piece of paper. And you go spend $25,000 on that, and you ain't 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to, get the job you want with that college degree that you paid all that money for. But you wouldn't invest a quarter of that into your spiritual development and learning? It's stupidity. It's pure fucking stupidity. I mean, and it's a government education on the college side. It's crap. I would much rather spend money on my spiritual development and because when you join traditions, it's a lot about working on yourself and becoming a better person and growing and elevating and like all this stuff. And I would much rather spend my money on that and that type of education, that type of growth, than I would on a worthless college degree. But people, I don't know. They got shit. It's all backwards. Everybody got everything backwards and flipped around and upside down. Sacrifice is the highest honor to give back to deity. I mean, it is, but, sometimes you just gotta feed them. Quick and merciful. Yep. I'm still like, oh, man. I haven't gotten it down yet. Sometimes I make a mess. I mean, it's still, I make sure I'm quick, but sometimes it gets a little messy. eBay beads, yep. Fucking, I think hoodoo to be working for me feels like my path. What advice would you give to someone that is new to hoodoo? Study, but watch who you're fucking learning from. If it's on a meme on Facebook, stay away from the Facebook hoodoo memes, y'all. All of them. Stay away from them. That's crap. It's crap. But yeah, there's lots of teachers and mentors out there. There's classes. There are very reputable teachers and stuff that do classes on Rootwork and Hoodoo. Anna Marie Elliott from Bayou Moon Rootwork and Conjure. She does a weekly class on Saturdays, and it's an excellent class. Ambrosine Laguerre does wonderful classes. Who is another one? I don't remember her last name. Shit. There's another one named Ayo or Aya. And I believe she's doing classes as well. Can't remember her last name. Shit. eBay beads. St. Michael tossed me a feather. Dude, I'm forever finding feathers like this week. It's crazy. And see, that's kind of, my ancestors do that a lot. They let me know. And I even found a goddamn hawk feather. And it wasn't out there. It's crazy. I was walking my property, refreshing my protections that I have around my property. I do it, you know, every 1 or 2 weeks. I go out and I refresh everything to make sure it's strong. So I walked my entire property, you know, refreshing everything. I came inside. About 2 minutes later, I walked outside for something else, and there was like this giant hawk feather just laying like right on my porch, and I was like, that was not there. It was not there. I just walked this whole property and shit was not there. It just appeared, you know, from the time I walked in and walked back out, and that was definitely my ancestors, all of them. Always felt Michael around, I suppose, but I didn't know for sure. I always feel bad for people who mess with me because it seems to be dealt with easily. Yep. When you when you got your spirit strong and your court strong, 85% of the time, if someone fucks with you, you don't gotta lift a finger. You really don't. Your spirits are on it like that, and you ain't even gotta say nothing. Even if you don't want them to, they're still going to be on it. And that's why, like, especially in my tradition, we have to stay very balanced. I think I talked about this on the last live, maybe. We have to be very, very fucking balanced, because if we get angry, if we argue with somebody and we're angry and thinking, like, angry things, our spirits don't fuck around. And they're going to be on that fucking shit without even asking them to, even if you don't want them to. Like, I gotta really be careful with my husband that we don't get in bad fights. I gotta keep myself calm and balanced, like, no matter what. Yeah, it ain't a joke, y'all. It is not a fucking joke. I am not initiated in hoodoo, and I am not that stupid to assume I have that. Honey, hoodoo doesn't have initiations. It's a tradition. Not a religion. The religions have initiations. Hoodoo is just like a folk magic tradition connected with the diaspora. No initiations, honey. Chi is Chicago town. Oh, that's what I thought. I thought hoodoo didn't require initiation. What Kevin said. I'm not initiated in anything. I'm just researching a lot of things. And that's, I mean, that's cool to kind of, you know, but like I've said 100 times, 99.9% of what you see online about tradition, African religions, it ain't right. It's fucked up. It ain't real. It's bullshit. So take all that shit with a fucking grain of salt if you're finding it on Papa Google. I can do so much more on $25,000, like being self-sufficient. I was wondering if I were to work with the Orisha, what would be the consequence of not being initiated? I've also heard a lot of spiritualists tell me I do not need to be initiated. I mean, not everybody needs to be initiated, but if you're called to Orisha, if you're called to Loa, if you're called to any of these African religions, you have to be initiated. The consequence of doing it without initiation, number one, the real deal ain't going to answer you because they don't know you. I don't give a fuck. You can have anybody showing up and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm Oshun, I'm this, I'm that. It ain't it if you're not initiated. I promise you it ain't it. It's some random fucking spirit that just showed up because they want those fucking offerings, or it's somebody in your court or one of your ancestors taking on the guise of that spirit. It is not the real deal if you're not initiated. I promise you. So the consequence would be you get some fucking prankster, whatever spirit showing up claiming to be who you think you're working with. You're feeding that motherfucker and they're going to turn your life upside down. That's the consequence. I know people in certain traditions have gotten readings and respect what they say, but don't try and practice what they do. Hold on, let me read that again. I know people in certain traditions. I have gotten readings and respect what they say, but don't try to practice what they do. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you know, people in traditions, we read for lots of people. People, you know, all walks. We read for people, you know, just regular Joe Schmo people. We read for people in other traditions, you know, and they don't try, you know, to do what we're doing. Just take the reading that you paid for, you know, what was given to you, and that's for you. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you have to practice that tradition just because you're getting readings from the people in that tradition. No, not at all. If you want to make me a wrench lady, just go ahead if you want. I mean, I have two, so, and they're usually always here. One of them at least is always here, so, and they do a great job. So, yeah, I mean, they're doing a really good job. I went to a rock and gem show and got a whole bunch of shit. Awesome. Can I tell you, I'm in student loan debt up to my eyeballs, and I got a job in a totally different field than my degree. It's hard not to feel defeated. See? And this is the shit, man. This is the shit. And they bitch about it, but they'll do that shit, but they won't invest in their spirituality. And honestly, y'all, I mean, it's great to have money. It's great to be comfortable in this life, but this life only lasts so long. You're only here for this much time. You got this much time to be in spirit. So wouldn't you want, you're not taking none of that with you. All our boxes going to be the same size. You're not taking it with you. So while it's, you know, it's great to be comfortable and have what you need and be provided for in this material life, I would much rather focus on my spiritual side of life. Because when I go, I want to join my fucking ancestors. I want to have my spirit elevated enough that when I go, I can take my seat with them. That's just me. There was a 20-pound bucket full of rocks and huge clusters of stuff for $30. Awesome. I'm going to unplug the phone because it's starting to get a little hot. What is the route I would go down to become initiated with the Orisha? And is it possible to self-initiate? Hell no, you cannot self-initiate, honey. No. No such thing. If that path is calling to you, what you need to do is some research. You need to get in the community and start asking around. You need to find a Baba, a Babalo, a Santero, a priest of the Orisha traditions. And you need to find one that you jive with. Don't just be, you know, the first one you talk to, oh, I want to join that house and be with that one. There's tons of priests out there. Some of them are good. Some of them are scammers. Some of them aren't good teachers. Some of them are not good godparents. That doesn't make them not good priests. They're just not good godparents. Not everybody has that gift. So, yeah, get in the community and start asking around. And when you find someone and you be like, I like this one. We jive, you know, feeling the vibe. It's cool. You get that person and you ask in the community about that person. Ask their reputation. Ask what lineage they come from. Ask who their godparents are. What house do they belong to? Ask all these questions before you decide to go with that person. Then you're going to go with that person and you're going to get a series of readings and ceremonies done to find out, number one, if you can initiate, because not everybody can. And then you would find out like who your head Orisha is, who owns your head. You would receive warriors, you know, all these ceremonies that you would go through for that. But step number one is get in the community and start asking around. Hey, I'm looking for a Baba. I'm looking for a Santero. You know, and start asking lots and lots and lots of fucking questions. And when you think you found the right godparent for you, go back to the community and start asking around. Hey, is this guy good? Talk to his godchildren. You know, and see what their opinion of him is. Talk to his clients, you know, all that kind of stuff. Vet these people. This is the way people are getting scammed. You know, all this shit. They don't do their research. They don't do their vetting. And as much as I don't want to victim blame or victim shame, it really is on you. It is on you to do your research before you leap before looking. It's on you. It really is. There are scammers out there. And if you get scammed, You can't really blame anybody but yourself for not doing your research and your due diligence. Memes, oh hell no. Any good swamp witches who teach hoodoo? Well, you got Mama Star. Mama Star is excellent. And I think I've said on other videos, she has lots of great books out there. And I would buy any of her books. She's a wonderful mentor. I was lucky enough that I got my school paid for, but guess what? I have to go back to school now and get another degree that I do have to pay for. So what? So you can get a house and a car that you're going to be paying for the next 30 years of your life and be in debt, and it's such a vicious circle. It really, really is. Hawk feather, awesome. I get sent hawks a lot. A lot. My ancestors use them as messengers. I almost hit a fucking hawk the other day. No shit, y'all. I was driving down the road right around the corner. And I was sitting right in front of the firehouse, and I started going as a red light, and I started going, and this fucking hawk came down, man, and flew right in front of my windshield, man. He was this far from me, and, like, flew over to the firehouse. I was like, damn. Like, if I would have been going, like, a half a mile faster, I would have whacked him. Yeah, they use hawks a lot to send me messages. What do you think of Star Cassis? I think I just answered that. Denise Alvarado, meh. Okay, but, you know, I've seen a lot of the information in her books is definitely flawed. So, again, that's something you have to take with a grain of salt. On my trip, I saw a hawk eating a mockingbird. Ooh. And I kept leaving the car to pick the feathers up as they were falling. That's pretty damn cool. Raise rabbits for meat. It will help you get over the killing part. It is how I got comfortable with butchering animals. Yeah, I don't know if I could do a rabbit. I've had pet rabbits. My husband loves rabbit meat though. But we're definitely gonna be doing chickens when we get moved. I'm gonna have a lot of chickens, and I've already been doing quite a few chickens. Yeah, it gets easier. It definitely gets easier. My first couple were pretty hard. But yeah, as it goes on, it gets easier. I need to figure out a way to keep it less messy. That's the part. That's the part I gotta do. Talking about white feathers, I found one pigeon feather steps away from my porch. Yeah, I'm forever finding feather. I found one just today on my porch. I wish I had done that. I don't regret my degree because, long story, it got me into a dog rescue and I saved some dogs' lives. That's awesome. So it was meant for a reason. Even though now I work in insurance. I mean, yeah, I believe everything happens for a reason. Absolutely. Everything happens for a reason. I hear people place coffee on their ancestors' altar. What does the coffee do for them? I mean, it's usually placed with ancestors because they like coffee. My ancestors love coffee. But see, I got some that like black coffee, and I got some that likes coffee with like a little bit of sugar in it, so I gotta have two coffees up there. But coffee in general, when it comes to spirits and work, what does coffee do? When you drink coffee, what happens? You start getting like energized and ramped up and, you know, raring to go, and it kind of gets the energy moving and shit, right? Well, it does the same thing for spirits. It ramps things up. It speeds it up. It gives it momentum and quickness, that kind of deal. But usually if it's for like ancestors, it's just because they like coffee. I am not a deep practitioner of hoodoo, but a friend of mine needs healing. What can you suggest for her? She is a southern witch living in Illinois, soon due for surgery. I mean, there's lots of things you could do. You could do a vigil. You could make her some kind of healing amulet that she could kind of wear on her. But I mean, you're the hedge witch, right, Denise? Aren't you the one that does hedge witchery? So, I mean, for something like that, I would stick with what you know and work with what you know until you learn more about working the other traditions. I do that for them because they love coffee. Yeah, mine's love coffee. Like everybody in my fucking family drinks coffee. Uh-oh, did we have an... Oh, we had more trolls, didn't we? I'm seeing a lot of deleted messages. Oh, y'all missed one. The wildly dislike everything. We gotta get rid of him, too. 58 years of age and only been wrong once. I think that is a good track record. Awesome. Wow. Holy trolls. Holy crap, where are all these trolls coming from? My goodness, we guys missed one. This channel hacker guy. Troll alert! Troll alert! Holy crap, holy trolls. My goodness. I know Wiccans that have Yemya as their deity not initiated into hoodoo, so how will this affect it? Okay, so as we said, hoodoo does not have initiations. Yemya has nothing to do with hoodoo. Wiccans working with those things, they're gonna get imposters. They're gonna get imposter spirits that are gonna fuck their shit up. Either that or it's somebody in their court with the archetype of that type of energy, but it's not the actual spirit. It's funny because one night I got mad at my man, and see, I'm glad they gave me 2 wrenches tonight. Damn. See, YouTube must have knew something. YouTube must have knew the trolls were going to come out in force tonight, so they let me have both my moderators working on it. Damn. It's funny because one night I got mad at my man and my spirits jumped on him, but I wasn't sure what happened, but it felt like my spirits did attack him because I was mad at him. Thanks for clearing it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially when you're in initiatory systems. Oh my fucking god, spirits don't play, man. Don't fucking play. I don't care who they are. If you're arguing and yelling and hating on them, and spirits are gonna take care of that shit. Shoulder. See, I missed all of it. They all got deleted before I got there because I have awesome fucking moderators. I have read cards since 14. At what point is it okay to read for others in the system? I'm very familiar with it. When you feel comfortable. When you feel comfortable with your divination system and, with your connection with your spirits, go for it. Go for it. I'm not at the point where I'm comfortable yet. In the systems that I'm learning. So, and I don't know when that point's gonna fucking come. And actually, I found out, before I could even really do that, I kind of got to go through some steps with my godparents, and they have to be confident that I can, do divination for people and charge them for it. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of practice divination with my godparents and like all kinds of stuff before they're gonna even give me the okay, to start doing it for other people. Sometimes when I do light settings or I have Grieger, like personal customized client work coming to me, sometimes my spirits get in their shit and I don't even ask them to, and I will give them that reading. I've done a couple practice readings for really close friends of mine. But other than that, I'm not comfortable with charging people for them yet. I still miss a lot of things. They were like, so they go right over my head, so I don't want that to be happening. And plus, I need to kind of get the okay, from my godparents, that they're confident that I can go out there, represent my lineage, represent my house, and do good, accurate readings for people. But yeah, I mean, if it's like cards, you've been doing it since 14 and you're comfortable with it, go for it, honey. So many trolls. Lord. Trolls, trolls. What are them all coming from? The same person. I don't curse trolls. That's a waste of my damn time. Waste of my time and energy. You meant the tradition and not who. Okay, well, I think I answered that question. Hey, quit it. Oh, and I don't know if y'all seen. Damn, I'm just scrolling through all the troll comments. I don't know if y'all seen, but I've slowly started the transition of changing my name. I've started taking Mama Justify off some of my things and adding my new name, which is Munu Midnight. I'm not going with Mama Midnight because there's so many fucking mamas out there. Like, everybody's a damn mama. And the mamas and the papas, there's way too fucking many mamas out there. So I went with Munu Midnight, and Munu actually has a significant meaning in the language that it comes from, and like all kinds of stuff. So Munu Midnight is going to be the new name that is slowly getting rolled out. Marlene's reporting. I'm awesome. Report away. Block them. Get them the fuck out of here. When the vid's over, I'll go over and totally ban them from the channel. I don't know. Can you wrenches totally ban them from the channel, or can you just put them on like a timeout? I don't even know what you guys are capable of doing. My man asked, why is it that so many of these Ifa, Hotep, and friends of mine have so many things to say, or are against, or get nerves when they find out that my man is Cuban Santero? I don't know. I mean, if they're not the real deal. See, that's why I'm waiting for, you know, the kerfuffle to start on that video I did the other night. Y'all better lay down. What the hell was I saying? If they're not initiated, okay, for various reasons, either they don't think they need to be, they don't have the money to do it, and it's usually the money. It's usually people don't want to spend the money, or they don't know where to begin. They don't know where to find a good, you know, house or like anything like that. Most of those people, so they hotep, they fake it. You know what do they say? Fake it till you make it. They fake it. And when they meet real initiatory and real priests and priestesses in these traditions, they jealous. They are 100% jealous. If y'all don't stop, lay down. Everybody's wound up in here tonight. I love hawks, yes. Oh, it's getting late. Gotta go. Okay, good night, Denise. Damn, that was at 10:30. I'm way behind. I gotta make sure the phone's not getting too hot. It's getting kind of hot. Hold on. Okay. Lay down. Also, another mockingbird was dive bombing the hawk. Well, I don't blame him. Shit, but that's pretty damn. That would have been a really interesting. I don't know the word for it. Natural event? Okay, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I don't feel a great connection with the Orishas, but I do feel a greater connection with Brigid, the horned nature god, and I also feel a close connection with Fae. So, yeah, then go for that. And things like that are what we call dead traditions, dead religions. The lineages were not passed on. The secrets were not kept. There are no living priests of those types of traditions, so we call it a dead tradition. So, yeah, lots of people get find these deities and they work with them the way they see fit, and there's nothing wrong with that, because the traditions are dead. When you come to ATRs, when you come to African traditions, these are living, breathing alive traditions with living lineages, living priests and priesthoods. You can't fuck with that. You can't fuck with that because it's a living thing. Nothing that's chronicle. Your brother's coming downstairs, so you're gonna go? Boo. Boo, little brother. I don't have. I'm an only child. I don't have any brothers and sisters. Is it necessary to become initiated to work with nature spirits? No. Anybody can work with nature. But like, I mean, in each type of tradition has their own nature spirits, right? Um, so, I mean, you wouldn't want to work with spirits of nature of initiatory systems, but yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know tons of sorcerers and high priests and, all these that are not in initiatory systems and, they work with nature really fucking good. You're welcome, Ramona. Yeah, Headwood. Yeah, do what you know, honey. Do what you know. Tugawaka's on a roll with the troll. Didn't even see how many there were. I'm telling you, YouTube knew something was going to be up tonight. So they gave me both my mods. So you need more wrench peeps. Saint Barbara is the main saint that protects my family. She has been in the family since the 1950s. She really goes to, absolutely. Santa Barbara is a very hot saint, and she will fucking go to war in a heartbeat. Yeah, patron family saints are awesome. My patron family saint is Saint Francis. Been my patron family saint for I don't know how many damn generations. On my father's side. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Saints are definitely passed down, through families and work with family lineages that way. Absolutely. Good night, Denise. I guess you were that good since you got so many, right? Trolling. Trolls, the only thing big is their hair. Yeah, right. Trumps. We didn't call them trolls, we should call them Trumps. The Trumps are here. Any advice for someone who has lost touch with their craft over the last few years? I feel so disconnected and distant from it. Yeah, just start praying daily. Start praying every day. Ask for whatever you want. A better connection, better communication, more faith, whatever you need, to get that connection rolling with your spirits. Just start with prayers. Daily prayers. Chose big hair, small man, or womanhood. Bunny foo-foo! Bunny foo-foo, bopping on the head. How do I spell my new name? M-U-N-U. Midnight. Munu Midnight. Time out. Time out. Report and delete. What? Great name. Thank you. I like it myself. I mean, Mama Midnight had a nice ring to it, but yeah, there's way too many mamas. So Munu Midnight sounds just as good, I think. I'll tell you this, if you're consulting someone from an ATR, you can ask for their lineage, and you should be able to research them, or at least ask around about their house. Absolutely. Do you know much about bone setting and bone setters? I have a bone setter ancestor, and it seems a little beyond me. It seems more than just setting broken bone. Actually, no, honey, I don't know anything about that. That sounds really fucking interesting, though. If I was you, I'd be looking into that. That sounds really interesting. Okay, we're at 17% battery. Phone is getting pretty damn hot, so I'm going to try and get to the rest of these questions. Back now, ended up having to wake up Mom to take care of him because he wouldn't fuck off. I'm so glad I'm an only child, like, for real, y'all. Why am I changing my name? Because I'm getting really sick of people asking me about that fucking movie. That Skeleton Key movie. I hear it all the damn time. I'm sick of it. I didn't get my name from the goddamn movie. So yeah, I'm sick of hearing about it. Plus, I mean, not that Momo Justified didn't suit me. It absolutely suits me. But my new name suits me a lot more. Because it's like, it's really me. Okay, let me just put it that way. I can't say too much about it. But yeah, that's the real deal name right there. Charger reminder, yeah, 16%. I don't want to plug it back in because it's hot, so we're going to be cutting this off very soon. I was giving 7 shells to use in Divination, though I've not... Okay, we're at 15% battery. Though I've not used them as much as I'd like. A simple yes or no, but I feel like sometimes even the shells could be wrong. It depends. It depends how the shells were consecrated. It depends on what spirits you have pacts with to work with those shells. My shells are like never wrong. That's just one system that I have. Actually, I have 2 systems with shells. It depends. It all depends. It depends on the way they were consecrated. The spirit, you got to have a pact with spirits to do divination with shells. That too. So it depends, you know, what kind of pacts you have. Took the charger out. Yeah, I just plugged it back in for a couple minutes so that thing quits popping up. So I get to the end of the questions. There is an eclipse tonight, so maybe that is why people have felt a little weird. Yeah, I've seen that, but it's supposed to be like a really good beneficial eclipse. Love Munu Midnight. Yeah, I like it too. But it's not M-U-N-O. It's M-U-N-U. Munu Midnight. I love it. It's totally me. Thank you for advice. I do feel like I resonate with you compared to other spiritualists who tend to give double-edged advice with offensive comments. I don't try to offend anybody, but a lot of people get offended because I just real talk. I'm just real talk, and I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm not the sugar fairy. A lot more down to earth. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm just real deal, honey. Have I ever met any spirit of fae? Hate the fae. I hate the fae. Up until a couple months ago, I didn't even believe in fae, and then then I got into some kerfuffles with some fae. I got fae banishing shit all the fuck around me. I ain't fucking with this fae. For real, they're a pain in the ass. I don't like fae. Stay the fuck out of my shit. Thank you, new to your channel. Well, welcome, Astro. I'm glad you're enjoying and hopefully learning something. I am an only child, but I have 2 half-brothers I didn't know. As a kid, I was often sad, wishing I had a brother. Yeah, I was the same when I was a kid. I always wanted a brother or sister, but I didn't have friends either. So I was like really, really only lonely child. I wanted all that shit when I was a kid, but now I'm glad I never had it. I really am. What does Saint Barbara do? Santa Barbara, she's very hot. She's a very, very hot spirit. So she's very good for protection. She's very good for war. Like all that kinds of stuff. And there's a story about Santa Barbara. Now Santa Barbara actually, from the story I've heard, Santa Barbara is actually a man, but was portrayed as a woman because he was a king or a prince or something, and his castle was under siege, and the way he got out was he disguised himself as a woman. He put on woman clothes and a wig and like all this stuff and was able to sneak past all the people sieging his castle. So from then on he was portrayed as a woman, even though it's really like a spirit of a man. But that's just one of the stories I heard about Santa Barbara. Just got home and finally caught up with your live. Hi, Aisha. I'm glad you made it. We're actually going to cut it short very soon because my battery's almost dead. My phone is really hot. I gotta unplug it. Unplug! Get out of there. Okay. Shells were made by my grandma, who is an spiritista. Okay, well, but a spiritista made them, and it's a family lineage, your grandmother. You shouldn't have a problem with them. Make sure you cleanse them regularly. Your tools do need to be cleansed regularly, and they also need to be fed regularly. You can feed your tools with all kinds of things, usually something like rum and smoke, cigars, incense. There's all kinds of ways to feed your divining tools, but you have to cleanse them and feed them regularly. Or they can, they can get negative energy and spirit attachments to them, and you gotta cleanse that shit off or they can start fucking up. They can't handle the truth! Took a spiritual cleansing bath recently and gave me a jar full of bath water to a tree. Not on my property. I loved how it felt afterwards. Abso-fucking-lutely! That's the way to do it. I don't want them on my ass, but Faye or dicks. Right? Fuck them, Faye! Fuck that Faye! I swear something has stolen my credit card. I think it's a Faye or Fair. They do that shit, man. They fuck with shit. I'm telling you, I had one, like, wow, like, fucking with my business, man. He was in the house fucking with shit. And, like, literally fucking with my business. Man, that motherfucker. If you lost something, go to St. Anthony. St. Anthony's patron saint of lost objects. Go to St. Anthony. Ask him to find your shit. When he finds your shit, give him an offering. Give him some coins or something when he finds your shit for you. I've never met any Fae, but I swear I saw a red cap scurrying across my floor the other night. Very scary experience. Oh, like a gnome thing? Oh, God, fuck all that shit. I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that shit, man. I got so much banishing Fae shit around my house now. Stay the fuck out of my shit. I never heard you say anything offensive. Just because people don't agree with your opinion or even your expertise doesn't constitute offense. They want to scream because they can get away with it. I guess. I mean, I know I'm harsh for people sometimes. I'm very blunt. I don't have a lot of tact in things I say sometimes, and people can take me wrong. They do a lot. Do you believe some tree and plant spirits can be malevolent? I think anything in nature can be malevolent. Nature is both, right? Nature is both beneficial and it can be malevolent at times. Everything in nature. So yeah, I would totally think that. Absolutely. I don't know why, but I just have this very close connection with the Fae. Although I've never actually contacted one, I do see them a lot. Yeah, when I was a kid, and I've said this on some of my other lives, when we got too hurry, we're on 11%. When I was a kid, I was fucking the Fae, man. I was big time in the Fae. I had stacks of Fae books. I read them all. I had Fae statues and figurines, and I even had a couple of Fae tattooed on me at one point. They're covered up now. But yeah, when I was younger, like my teens, I was mad into Fae. And I had tons of knowledge on Fae because I read all these fucking books. I don't remember any of it. And I wish I did because a lot of it would probably come in handy right about now. But yeah, I used to mad being the Fae. I'm glad I got out of it. Now I know what they're really fucking all about. Yeah, I had tons of knowledge on it, but I didn't retain it. How do you find a person to learn from of traditions and to initiate? I think I already covered that, Aston McGuire. I don't know if you got here a little late. When the live is over, rewatch it because I went in depth on how you find the right houses and godparents and stuff. Like the new name almost better. Yeah, me too. You're not in the least bit offensive. You're just a straight talker. Well, thank you. I'm just here to help people. I hear people talk about burning tobacco. Does it attack? or get rid of. Burning tobacco, that's more like an offering. So like a lot of spirits like tobacco. Like a lot. So you would burn tobacco as an offering for those spirits because they like it. So it's like an offering for spirits. Put the vape down. Fuck you. Oh my god, more trolls? Are you kidding me? We got more trolls, guys. They seem nice, but generally they are pranksters and generally aren't very helpful. Absolutely. Majority just fucking shit up. There are a lot of malevolent spirits in nature. Druidity talks a lot about dark forces in nature. Absolutely. It's both light and dark. Because you gotta have both. You can't have one without the other. My man has me embracing Oshun, but I have not been initiated, but it's all under his supervision. What do you think about that? Is your man a priest? If your man's not a priest, I'd say fuck no. Oshun is one of his warriors. Okay, that's fine and good, but if he's not a priest, fuck no. If he's initiated, go to his godparent. If he's not a fucking priest, go to his godparents. That's another thing, you know, about these traditions. You don't get to pick who your fucking spirit is. Even if you think, I've seen it happen so many times. People think, oh, I'm this one got my head, that one got my head, this one got my head. And then when they go to the mat, they're way wrong. You don't get to pick who the fuck who owns your head or who your spirits are, like anything like that. You don't get to pick. You can't just say, oh, I like Oshun, I'm going to work with her. It does not fucking work that way. They choose you. You don't choose them. Don't let your man influence your spiritual path, right? Unless he's a priest, fuck that. If you're into it, go to his godparent. He should know better than that. Can I buy tobacco from any smoke shop that comes in a bag? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, he is a priest. Okay, so he's a priest. He's not just an initiate, but a priest. So he's a Baba or he's a Santero. Oh, you're welcome, Gypsy. He should send you to somebody. Yeah, I agree with that. Even in my house, like my godfather, his wife is a part of our house, but he does not read his wife. He doesn't do work for his wife. He has nothing to do with what his wife is doing. Okay, his wife goes to like my godfather's godfather, right? He goes, the relationship is too close. Okay, you should not be, doing stuff like that in a marriage. You need to have a priest outside the marriage to be doing shit like that. I don't care who you are. Like that even happens in my house. My godfather told me that. He's like, I don't fuck with my wife's shit. She receives something, she gets a reading, she does this, she does that. She's going to, his godfather. He's not doing it. Can I ask, how did you become initiated? Phone is about to die. I'm on 5%. It just got dim. Yeah, even if he is a Santero, I would still go outside the relationship because that could really fuck you up spiritually. We're going to have to cut this short, guys. I'm on 5%. Phone just like dimmed like super bad. Head was spoken for before you were born, and usually when you're in a relationship with a Santero or Babalo, they don't mess with your head. See? This is the same thing I'm saying. My husband called me a Warnock. He can feel my spirit. Okay, guys, we're going to cut it short. I hope I helped everybody. I hope everybody had fun. We enjoyed it. Fuck the fucking trolls. Thank you to my admins, Tukawaka and Marlene Lopez. You guys are awesome. You do a great job. Thank you. Everybody give them a round of applause. Marlene sells awesome soaps. Her shop is SoCal Sorcery. If you want some awesome homemade soap, go see Marlene. Visit my shop at primitiverootsconjure.com. Follow me on Facebook at Primitive Roots Appalachian Conjure, and follow me on Instagram at primitive_roots_. Conjure. My dog just farted and it's really fucking stanky. I hope everybody learned something, and we'll see you hopefully next week. And don't forget to subscribe, smash that bell, and like, subscribe, and share. Good night, everybody.